Hello everyone. Welcome to the end of the world. Coming to a close of the zodiac wheel, coming in hot, we have Pisces to close out the winter. Oh my god, what a wild year it was. I consider this more of an end of the year time, like a new year sort of vibe, because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. We love ending it nice and refreshed. Let me tell you. Here's some things that I have observed in our cosmos girlies. Well, first of all, welcome back to the Venus Cove. This is a podcast of all things astrology, life, witchy vibes, and all things relatable. Every month, I upload a brand new episode and feel out the vibe of each season and share with you angels what the forecast is showing me out there in the cosmos while you guys sit back, grab your favorite elixirs, and I actually have one of mine today. I have a caramel macchiato that is way too sweet. And, we just relax here at the Cove before you head off to your next adventure in this awesome life. As you can probably tell, I am quite enjoying Pisces season, very much so right now. I feel like I'm kind of everywhere right now, and I'm quite hyper. I remember Aquarius season being very chill, very mellow, and maybe that's because it's a fixed sign, which for those of you who don't know, that means it's more of a still, loyal, determined, stubborn type of energy. Pisces is absolutely nothing like that, baby. It is a mutable sign, which means it's all about change. It's about getting up and doing what you want. And it has a very creative side too. So I've been feeling very, very creative lately. I had a lot of visions last night. I uploaded a random fun video on my YouTube channel too, which I haven't done in a really long time. I'm uploading more on TikTok. I performed on stage last week, like professionally, and I'm doing my podcast, so I'm doing a lot. I don't feel so stuck anymore. I don't feel like I can stay put, and I fucking love it. I don't want to stay put. I want to move. I want to jump. I have the energy of a bunny most days. And I want to talk about that because I truly felt like this past new moon last week, Thursday, is what I think really jump-started the real spice of Pisces transformation. And if you felt a huge shift happening to you, I'd really love if you can share that in the comments section because this only helps me prove theories to be true or not. I also want to give a quick disclaimer that I am no professional astrologer or guru or know-it-all. I did not actually professionally study any of this. I have a ton of books on astrology because I find it super interesting, but I was never taught by any human teacher. I'm not certified. I don't have a degree. I'm basing most of my knowledge on the books I've read, I guess, and you can call me, I guess, a self-taught astrology enthusiast, but that's about it. And then the rest is just life experience, is where I get my knowledge from. So you're more than welcome to correct me or disagree or add on. I'm always open to hearing what other people have to say and their experiences with certain signs and energies, and, if they find it to be relatable or not. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about the Pisces zodiac sign for a moment. Pisces is a water sign. It's got two fishes swimming in opposite directions. Little story goes like this. The two fishes in Pisces are often linked to the story of Aphrodite and Eros, or Venus and Cupid in Roman mythology. Okay, I'm by the park right now really quick, and there's this crow just cawing, so I hope you guys don't hear that, but if you do, I'm so sorry. Let me just try and continue. I don't know if they want to be on the podcast. I don't know what's going on, but it's the only crow here. There's just a bunch of geeses and seagulls, because every time I record in my house, it's just so loud. There's people stomping and sirens, so I usually go to the park in my car and I just hang out and podcast with you guys. So let me just take a sip. Oh, that's so good. I shouldn't be having this much sugar. Oh, okay, let's keep going. So according to the myth, they transformed into fish, Aphrodite and Eros, and tied themselves together with a cord to escape the monster Typhon. I hope I said that correctly. Because of this, the fishes are often depicted swimming in opposite directions, but still connected, symbolizing duality, unity, and the link between the physical and spiritual worlds. So it's a little different from Gemini twins, which is Castor and Pollux, where one is mortal and the other is immortal. Instead of the whole mortality versus immortality thing, Pisces' two fishes represent the tension between the material and the divine, the conscious and the unconscious, or the earthly and the ethereal. It reflects Pisces' deep intuition, emotional depth, and connection to the mystical. So, what does that say about Pisces energy, you may ask? Well, Pisces energy is deep, dreamy, and dual in nature. It flows between reality and fantasy, the seen and the unseen, the material and the spiritual. Since Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, it carries wisdom from all the signs before it, making it intuitive, compassionate, and emotionally rich. Now, what does this bring? For the emotional depth part, it's a time where you can feel very super in tune with feelings, not just your own, but of others. Spiritual awareness. Pisces naturally connects to a higher realm, dreams, and intuition. When it comes to duality, it can be both grounded, but also lost in imagination. So it has a struggle between escapism and responsibility. And then when it comes to Pisces' compassion and empathy, it feels everything deeply and wants to heal and help. And then lastly, when it comes to the creative part of Pisces, it's very artsy, it's very artistic, it's very poetic, and it's drawn to expressing emotions through creative outlets. And that's exactly what I've been feeling this whole week. You see, Pisces energy is soft, but it's very powerful. Kind of like the ocean, calm and gentle, but also capable of immense depth and transformation. It's that mystical, almost otherworldly vibe that can be both healing, but also overwhelming. And angels, I'll tell you something, before that new moon last week hit, I was definitely on the overwhelming side. Before the new moon, everything was intense. I was not me. I was scared, anxious, depressed, annoyed, stressed, and I'm someone who usually doesn't do good during new moons anyway, so I kind of saw it coming. Like, I'm kind of used to having a bad day when new moons hit. But angels, I mentioned earlier that I had a performance last week, and it came right in the heart of the new moon in Pisces. And I have this moon app that tells me the exact time and day that any lunar stuff will be happening. Come to find out, the new moon would be arriving at the exact time I was gonna go up and perform my set. Oh my God. Like, it was gonna strike 8 p.m. when the new moon would hit me, same time I was gonna go up. I was the first one to go up, basically opening the show for the night. It was my first time in 5 years having like a long set, and the truth is, like, I was alone with my thoughts. No one knew how overwhelmed I was and nervous, and I had to keep on smiling and walking like it's no one's business. Like, oh my God, that was so intense looking back. And like, as someone who has had to battle really intense social anxiety, my introvertedness since COVID, this feeling felt so much more intense for me. Like, it just skyrocketed. But guess what, angels? I fucking did it. I went up on stage in the craziest sultry outfit too. Like, I admit I went too far, but I also think now that it all probably happened for a reason. Like, I honestly think everything that had happened that night kind of happened for a reason. Like, I'm a pretty shy girly, and I think getting up on there with how I was dressed felt like an all or nothing moment. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that, for like sticking to it. There were so many times I wanted to just run and leave because I just felt so alone and started second guessing myself. And, I don't know. I guess one of the Pisces fishies pushed me on stage and was like, Bestisha, do it. So what if you're alone? So what if you fuck up? So what if you fall? Life goes on. Do it. Slay, and then go home and you can eat ice cream after. And I did it. And I haven't felt this brave in so long. Like, when you've clenched every muscle in your body, your shoulders, your legs, your butt cheeks, and then you finally release it, you're like, oh, so relaxed, but also so tired to be overwhelmed anymore. That's me right now. And every day since then got more and more chill and more playful and more easy. And I just had to wait it out in the end, The storm passed, Bestisha. I called out to all my spiritual angels and all things good, and they were there for me during and after the performance. Like I fucking love life right now. I learned so much from that moment and that experience, and just how much I had been holding back, and how a lot of things were not that deep, and a therapist didn't have to tell me that, but I think that experience was exactly what I needed. I think the fact that I was alone with my thoughts in that moment before performing was what I needed to happen for me to realize I can do scary things all on my own and persevere. And now that storm has settled, I'm in my dreamy state of Pisces. I feel like I'm always happy, dreaming, happy dreams. You might notice that Pisces people in general are usually spacing out, in a daze. Be easy on them, angels. They're kind of the old soul of our zodiac. Carried so much of all the other signs' energies and is coming in dead last here. Like, I just feel so, like, kind of in my own world, in like my own happy dream state. Sometimes, I just feel like I can just mellow out and it'll be okay, And I do want to apologize for releasing this a little later. But again, it's kind of part of the vibe of just like kind of letting go, not taking things so seriously and being so overwhelmed and hard on yourself anymore. Because I did all that last week. The first 2-3 weeks of Pisces, I was like that, And now I just feel so much better, so much calmer. And I feel like I have a better episode for that. I think so. I think I did crack the new moon curse, though, since then. Pisces energy did that. That's that transformation energy for you. If there's any time you want to get creative, reflective, dreamy, looking for change, don't resist it. Find the change here. I think that's what I learned for this season. I was always so annoyed and resistant to change. And I noticed Taurus energy is kind of having a tough time with this. Like, anyone who has Taurus energy in their big three could be having a tough time during this season. Taurus is a fixed sign, so like Aquarius, they're not super into change. They like the comfort of the same rhythm. But if you're a Taurus or have a fixed sign in your big three, sun, moon, and rising, and not really enjoying this time of year, maybe try to see what the change is trying to say to you before completely shutting it down and getting bummed out. I wasn't totally here for the change either, trust me. But Pisces comes at a very interesting time in our lives where, because it's about change and transformation, it paves the way for spring to come. It sheds the winter and makes room for flowers to bloom and warm weather to arrive. A little bit of alchemy there for you. And I know change hurts. Being in the thick of it is always the tough part. But it is not the end. It's simply moving from one room to the other, one phase to another phase. one season to the next. How can it be the end when it's a circle? You know, it's a wheel. There are good days and bad days and normal days and casual days and wild days and fun days. So it's not the end. It's just change. And that's all I have for you today, Venus Angels. My name is Johanna. Also go by August here at the Venus Gov. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok at August and Venus. My IG is at My Life with Johanna. And keep a lookout for more places I'm performing. I hope this was helpful and you got something out of it. And I hope you're having a good time in Pisces season, or hopefully your luck will change and you will soon have a good time. And that's all I have for you today. Until next time, Venus Angels, I'll see you in Aries season. Venus Angel out!